Well, I'm out here. I thought I'd update you on the equipment so far this summer. Because look over here, we got the Great Lakes Central Dining Car on the property now, so I can get you a nice close-up look on the outside of it. They did a pretty good job, like I was saying in the last video. They fixed some of the window sills because I guess they were leaking worse than some of our cars were. And you can see how some of them were replaced. They were really good on them. I hear they redid the interior as well, and I think they added a bathroom to it. At least that's what Larry was saying. I think what they had was just a closet, and the floor was starting to rust out, so they replaced it. I think it's on this end, because this is the dining end, and the other end is the kitchen end. And then here's their coach. And this would be nice to see in the same scheme, but I don't know how long that's going to take. Pretty sure that's what they're probably going to do to it eventually. Over here is one of our cars. The other side on this one is the one that's partially done. We ran out of time, and so far our painter hasn't been back to get it. It's 5576. As you can see, it actually kind of looks like a D&H scheme on this side. But yeah, hopefully by the end of the summer we'll have that one done. And this side is pretty much done. It needs another coat of blue up here though on the stripe. So we'll see what we can do. We had the money and we got all the paint for it. We just gotta get a couple people out here to spray it. And the gift shop car, which is getting pretty bad, it was painted in 2007. And really what they did was just paint over the top layer of paint, which was blue and yellow, and made it into the C&O scheme. It looked pretty good for a while, but starting the end of like 2011, it was starting to get pretty bad. Now it's got all sorts of chips in it, and they say that it needs more body work to it than what it would cost to replace it. And now I'm hearing rumors that we're going to use the Combine as the new gift shop car, and really that's a real laugh, because that car needs a lot of work too before we can really haul people in it, other than crew members, because really it's just a crew car. And I thought that was going to go as the crew car behind the tool car, which is the green car that you all know and think about when you hear the word tool car associated with us. Anyway, here's our lounge car and our other coach, which is 5446, and they both need a lot of body work done to them before they get repainted, hopefully by next year's Train Expo, which we announced on our Facebook page, and should be setting up a link on our website pretty soon for next year. Here's the tender for 1225, and we're hoping to get that reconnected to the engine hopefully pretty soon. And I gotta do some work inside the tank again, like I was showing you last year. So we'll see what happens. So the connections getting ready between the engine and the tender are being looked at right now, like the drawbars and the pin, and all in preparation for them getting together. So we'll see what that brings us. And here's caboose, the Ann Arbor cabooses, 2838 and 2839. And I gotta close this door in here. This is gonna bug me. Make sure it's all closed up for the day. You can actually, in here, this one is redone. It's more like a museum piece, but you can still ride it. It's supposed to be like how it was in the late 50s, early 60s, when this scheme came around, when the Ann Arbor was owned once again by the DT&I. So then this caboose, 2839, is more like the Wabash Herald one, more like from when it was built in 1952. And this one's kind of more of a standard crew car than anything else. And the big surprise is we now have an open car for the duration of the operating season. This one came from the Buffalo Southern Railway, number 604, and supposedly they did this car from a caboose that was taken apart and extended, and they just put like the sides on it and the canopy roof. Pretty standard open car. It's got the platforms on the ends and nice wood steps. I don't know if it's actually going to be hauled on the end of the train. They might put it in between the cabooses and the regular coaches. But yeah, you know, like standard bus seats, just hard benches, and almost like riding a school bus really, but a little bit more spacious. And got the brake wheel on the end. It's looks pretty nice considering. At least you know it won't flood because the sides on the bottom are kind of open. So just what we expect on a regular steel open car. This is more like an open car like you'd see operating on the Cass Scenic Railway in West Virginia. So kind of like that. Notice it's got the Barber roller bearing trucks on it. I think these are the 70-tonners. Notice that it's got the 2 springs in the front instead of 3. That's usually what tells you it's the difference between a 70 and a 100-ton truck. So a lighter version of a freight car that would have been used on it, but now it's being used for passenger service. Again, I think it's they said it was a caboose originally, but yeah, some time ago they extended it, the frame on it, and built the new body on top. So it looks like a pretty nice car to use, and it'll be good for the 75 trip. So yeah, come on out here. We're still doing trips through August. August 3rd and 4th, we're going to have hobos out here, like we did earlier last month. This last time we did a train robbery again, and that went pretty well. So if you already came out for those, thanks for your support. We're still trying to get more fun stuff going on here. Here again is the Dow tanker, the Ann Arbor boxcar, and the C&O / Pere Marquette gondola. And like I said, we're still trying to get some funds raised to repaint some of the cars, especially the Ann Arbor boxcar. The tank car and the gondola don't need it. So the boxcar is one of about 6 freight cars that we got that need to be repainted and or have body work done. This one's probably the most promising because really all it needs to be is cleaned off, tear all that stuff off of it. It's really just stickers that's on there, and put another coat on it, and then stencil on the lettering and numbering like it should be, so it lasts a little bit longer. Well, although these have lasted a while, I think when I did the update on them earlier, I talked about how they've been on there for 5 years. Now they're going on 6 years. So this one I'd like to see a new roof walk put on it too, or pieces of the original put on. This one will have a steel one on it. Some of the other the rebuild boxcars that I didn't show you in this update would have the wood plank type instead of the steel catwalk. So okay, so you got a close-up view of the dying car and GLC 5447 as a comparison between the two, and I went back to the equipment here and even showed you the open car that we're leasing from the Buffalo Southern, and maybe we'll see that behind the 75 later this summer in a video. So come on out to SRI, and especially during the weekends we're running. It's every other week that we run, and on the off weeks, if you want to just come out here and see us work on the stuff, you're totally welcome to. Well, I gotta get going and get ready for tomorrow. The grass is kind of burned up a bit, but that's okay because it takes forever to mow this place. So I'll be completely ready for tomorrow, and maybe we'll see how much more work we can get done on the engine. Okay, from Owasso.